Happy Wednesday / Thursday, people. How's everybody doing? I'm pretty well over here, I think. Figuring it out. It's really nice to be here with all of you. Let me know where you're watching from. I always like to see what's see where my eyes are going on other people's screens around the world. Got a very special guest today, Mr. Maximilian Flint from Nova Scotia. I heard his music a few months back on another little stream thing that I was a guest on, and I loved it, and it's a real pleasure to have him today. I'm going to play a couple of songs first and then bring him along. I'm going to start with one from my brother, who's requested this one quite a few times. It's a new one, provisionally titled Waste.
As we start, as this stops, never to talk about ways that we hold on when we should let go. Why would we suffer in these ways? It's hard to take, restraining to fight, a fight while we leave it in place. Your absence scrolls, it swallows me up. Why would we leave it in place? Indeed, all you could ask yourself why the hands will not offer, not open now. Indeed, all you could to ask yourself why hands that don't open, not doing now. Why would we talk about waste? Why would we talk about waste? Why would we talk about waste?
That was Waste for my brother, who has just made it back home, I believe. Just made it back to England. He's been trapped in California, poor thing, for the last year. Nice to see you all watching there. Keep letting me know where you're watching from, and feel free to share the video as well if you enjoy what's happening. I'm going to play another song, an older one of mine called Go On. Hi, Leah's mum. I'm going to play one called Go On, and then bring in our special guest, Mr. Max. And, feel free to put requests in the comments if there's anything you want to hear.
enough of this now. To make up your own mind and piece together. You chewed the horns of this off and left them as an offering in the culvert. Out your words, won't change them no matter what the fashion. Clothed in your nouns and your verbs, the best attempts to lead you to distraction. So come on, don't hide. You don't hide it. Go on. Don't tell me you ought to know by now. Lost in your jewels, your sense is chewed out. Don't tell me you ought to know by now. The worst of it all is cycled around. Enough of this now.
That was Go On from the 2015 album of the same name. I'm going to go ahead and bring in our very special guest now. I mentioned it's a fella from Halifax, Nova Scotia, or living there these days. And we met on a stream of a mutual friend of ours, Daryl Cameron, who perhaps is watching today. But I'm just going to bring him in. This is Maximilian Flint, everybody. Hello, Max. How you doing?
Hi, Tim. How are you?
Good. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to my house, sort of.
Feels like I'm there.
Yeah, same thing. Exactly the same thing. Yeah, how's it going?
Fantastic. It's like an exceptionally beautiful day here.
It's from what I'm seeing in all of the comments. It's beautiful everywhere. If there's anyone who's watching, and it's like horrible weather, let us know, and we'll digitally send you some good weather. Well, I mean, I guess we're technically sending you that sunshine from your window right now.
Exactly. If I lean forward, there we go.
You can reflect it. You can bounce it.
I'll bounce it straight through cyberspace into everyone's homes.
Amazing. Yeah, it's so good to have you. We played a stream together a few months back, and I didn't know about your stuff before and absolutely loved your music. And then your track Will of the Weather was like one of my favorites of last year. So I've been kind of keeping an eye
Thanks,
on
Tim.
what you've been up to. And it was cool. Like you did a little live stream last week on YouTube, and I thought I'd wait until after you'd kind of got that out of the way before I invited you. You know, like let you do your thing first. But yeah, like how is it going? How is the music writing, releasing going over there?
It's great. It's slow, I think, as it always is. I'm lucky enough to be working with a really great engineer, Dario Lozano Thornton, and we're sort of just taking our time, really putting a lot of work into each track. So I think between, last time we hung out on Zoom and now I recorded, I think 9 or 10 songs for, an album release in 2022. Mm-hmm. The first of which I released last month in May, and the next of which I hope to release in a couple months.
Awesome.
So yeah, it's slow, but it's great. It's just, it's something to keep me busy while today actually is the first day first stage out of lockdown here, but it's been keeping me busy in lockdown.
Yeah, well, I feel like we're the lucky ones having projects to do that we can do like on our own inside. It's definitely a blessing. But yeah, did you want to play us a little song by any chance?
I would love to.
I see that guitar in your hands. Maybe you want to do something with it.
I have no idea. This just fell out of the sky. I don't know what to do with it. Sure, I'll play one of my favorites from the album, which if all goes according to plan might or might not be the next one I release.
Amazing.
This one's called Blue. Big blue tail fins, convertible 55. Heading anywhere suitable for a happy man to live and die, where the sun is always red, where there's a lady in my bed, and nobody don't cry, baby, don't cry. Not long ago I was high, just 21 in the city lights, rush hour under yellow sky, and 40 minutes passed me by, and I just didn't want to live in the city no more, 'cause when it rains it pours, and there ain't nothing but bad luck and closed doors to look forward to. And wherever it was that I thought I was going, it ain't where I'm going no more. And maybe it might just be that I've been on the road too long, and baby, it's made me forget how to be any other way than alone. Big red wild eyes, about 17 hands kicking high. Must have been a runaway too, 'cause it seemed he knew his own way better than most could say they do. And there was I 100 days and just about as many nights, no home to call my own, half crazed and seeing sights. I was heading out the way I'd come, with just a half a second raise and thumb to every car going past. And wherever it was that I thought I was going, it ain't where I'm going no more. And maybe it might just be that I've been on the road just far too long, and baby, it's made me forget how to be any other way than alone. It ain't where I'm going no more. And maybe it might just be that big blue convertible passed me by about 95. But there ain't nowhere I'm going that I won't get by and by on that big red horse with his wild eyes and his mane on fire, kicking all down the highway.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you, Max. That was wonderful. Thank you so much.
No worries. Thank you.
A little technical point. I think you're clipping a tiny bit there.
Sure.
Want to bring that?
On the voice?
Yes.
Okay.
We're letting you see behind the scenes here, everybody. We're our own sound engineers. Beautiful. So that one's recorded already. Is that?
It is.
That
They're actually all recorded. They're just slowly being fleshed out. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Amazing. You were just saying that that today's kind of like the first day of things opening up a little bit in Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
Is there any kind of thought about getting out and playing shows anytime?
Oh,
anytime
God,
soon?
yes. Please. That's the next thing I'm gonna do now that it's a set thing is to start booking some actual shows, because I've just got this big pile of songs on my lap. I'm just craving live audience time.
You're ready. But nothing concretely booked just yet.
No, not yet. Not yet.
But I did, in the video description, I've put a link to Max's Bandcamp. So is it okay if I call you Max?
Oh, yes.
Or do you
Easier
prefer
for
Maximilian?
Single syllable names.
I mean,
is where it's at, right?
Maximilian. Is that 5? Does that count as 5?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I've only got Timothy. I've only got 3. But yes, Maximilian Flint has a Bandcamp link in the video description. So if you want to keep an eye on what he's doing and sign up, I think if you follow on there, then you get added to the mailing list, so you can kind of keep on top of things and see when shows are coming and things like that. So do that. If you like the music, do that.
Please.
Yeah. And as far as the kind of release goes, you said that sort of like in the next few months you're going to be rolling those out.
Yeah, I like to. I'm aiming for the same time as early July. Let's say.
Okay.
I'm aiming. That's the aim.
I'm going to hold you to it.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. Yeah, and when we were talking earlier in the year, you sort of had some ideas about hopefully coming up to Montreal at some point, maybe doing a little bit of visit. So, yeah,
I would love that.
If people are watching in Montreal,
that is definitely in the cards,
peeled.
if remotely possible. Yeah.
Fingers crossed. I read on your Bandcamp description that you had a little / New Zealand after your name. I didn't know this about you. You're from New Zealand.
Yeah. My mom's family is all New Zealanders. I moved back there. I was born in Montreal, but always had dual citizenship. I moved to New Zealand to finish high school, and then sort of the rest of my family moved, and then I moved back. So now I'm the expat with no family in Halifax, which is so funny. They're all in New Zealand now. So
right. You have to get over there to play some shows.
Yeah, that would be phenomenal.
That would have been a good place to be, actually, the last
oh my
year.
goodness. Yeah, Nova Scotia's, supposed to be, we're doing pretty well. But like New Zealand, I Skype my mom and she's like, oh, I'm going to the beach later with some friends. And, had a dinner party.
Yeah.
It's just, life's
normal
actually pretty normal over there right now.
Well, we're hopefully heading in that direction, at least. Did you want to give us another song?
I would love
with
to.
That guitar
Sure.
that just happens to be in your lap. I can't believe it's still there. That's crazy.
Well, I suppose I'd be silly if I didn't play the song that I had most recently released. So
that would be very silly.
This is actually the tuning song. Vintage guitars are wonderful, but they go out of tune so easily. All right, this is East of the East. Red oak and leaves of ochre, 88 acres of nothing and no one around. Monday is only Monday, and the sign never comes to you. Well, say it's a seasonal change. The rubber burned roads are winding. East of the east it goes, and it goes, and goes, and goes, and goes. Oh, oh, oh.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
So that's the latest single.
Yes. Yeah.
East of the East?
East of the East,
East
yeah.
of the
Featuring the lovely Tom Easley on bass and Matt Gallant on drums, for the folks in Halifax will know.
Oh, yeah.
And my childhood best friend on electric guitar. So,
Oh, wonderful. So yeah, go and check that out on the Bandcamp, everybody. Link in the bio. Not in the bio, in the description. I'm not on Instagram now. I've just that's implanted. Link in bio. Link in bio. Anyway.
Because everywhere else you can just share the link.
Yeah, but they're like, no. No hyperlinks on Instagram.
It's so not a...
We don't understand the technology. It's not. We're only on the internet. What flavor you got there?
Oh, I've got double bergamot Earl Grey.
Durable. A durable tea.
A durable herbal.
I do like a bit of Earl Grey. Classy. It's classy.
It's the stash tea is where it's at. It's my favorite.
The high
What are you drinking?
Mint.
You had to look.
Yeah. There was regular viewers will know. For a while, I ran out of mint and kept forgetting to stock back up, and I was drinking dandelion tea, and it's not nice.
Was it roasted dandelion though?
I guess.
That's not okay. That's not so bad.
I don't know.
It's a little bit bitter.
It was a little bit like dirt water for me.
Yeah.
Personally.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I suppose it's I had to
It's like watery coffee almost.
Yeah. Tea chat. We're actually we're serving up the actual tea here. That's the lingo, right? The tea.
I think so. Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, off topic. For those that don't know, there is a donation link in the video description, and you can support myself and Maximilian. 50% of the donations every week go to the guest, and you can support by Interac or credit card or PayPal. And thanks to everyone who's already donated, it makes a big difference. This is the 56th edition of my weekly stream, so it wouldn't still be going without you. So thank you for that. Yeah, that's that bit out of the way. And relax.
It's phenomenal you've been doing this for so long.
It's pretty crazy.
Fantastic.
I didn't it's strange because if I kind of tried to imagine a year and a few weeks back, I had no interest in doing this whatsoever. And I was like, well, I better give it a try. And here I am. And
there must be something rewarding about it.
I love it. I love it. I love to connect with all the folks back home to see their little names come up on the screen, their little yellow hands clapping or washing, sometimes washing. Anyway, Yeah, it's amazing, and I think you should do more of it because I think we were having a chat about this yesterday when we were doing a little technical check, and yeah, it's a wonderful way to connect with people. You know, not just now. I think it's amazing. That's the only thing we have right now, but yeah, there are so many people. Like when we think about going on tour, when I think about going on tour, we're going to like. In Canada, you're going to Toronto and Vancouver and Halifax, the bigger cities, and there's so many places that they're just like it's not practical for us to go to. So it's great to be able to play for people who are watching in, for instance, Boston Spa in Yorkshire. Just to like, there's a comment that came up. Max can't see the comments, so
I can't. I can feel them though. There's just there's a general.
You could feel the Boston Spa.
I'm getting the vibe of the comments. They're reaching me.
Amazing. But yeah, we should give a shout out, I guess, as well to Daryl Cameron, who performs as Blue Acres, and he was the one who kind of put us together in the first place.
Yeah.
And I met in Halifax years and years and years ago, and has a beautiful song that I'm still like in love with, that from like 10 years ago, 12 years ago, called John Street, that people should look up and just. I think
he played that on the live stream that we. It was beautiful. Yeah.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you want to give us one more song before we move on to the rest of the show?
I would love to.
Beautiful. What's it going to be?
Thank you, Tim.
What's it going to be? Getting
lots of alternate tunings here.
Yes.
I played you. I've maxed out my standard tuning. I'll leave it up to you, Tim. Which do you want to hear? Do you want to hear a new song, or do you want to hear Will of the Weather?
Oh, that's a cruel question, because I love Will of the Weather so much, but I love supporting people doing new things as well. So, want to do them both back to back?
Sure. All right, let's do it. Same tuning, so easy enough.
Amazing.
Okay. Well, I'll start with Will of the Weather.
Beautiful.
By the time I came to say goodbye, you were already gone, you were already high as a kite. Somewhere between no place and home. Fever in the morning, waking in the street, and nobody around seems to know whether to stop or to leave you there. Oh, it must have been a heavy defeat. The winter threadbare and blue, and I traded my life for a room with a view, and I'm never short of something to do. But oh, it's a pitiful thing to be nobody's father and to have nothing to sing. It's inevitable. You're at the will of the weather, and you don't know what you know. Well, it's not you, and I don't think it's me that I'm trying to read into the faces I see in a magazine. Well, I stick 'em up with paper and glue. Sleep just for a glimpse at the heart of the divine mystique. But would I recognize, or would it only be a kick in the teeth? And what does it mean? What am I to take? Is there nothing to learn? Is there more than a desire to propagate? Oh, is loving a delusion or fate? It's the funniest thing to be nobody's lover and to have nothing to sing. Oh, it's inevitable. I'm at the will of the weather, and I have only today. I say all that I needed to say? But unavoidable sin to be caught in a moment when you shouldn't have been. No, it's an intangible thing. It's the will of the weather. It's not a fight you can win. That one's Will of the Weather. And I think I'll play you this song. Do you mind if I tell a little story about this song? This is one of those ridiculous things that you go in, you get everything set up, you go to record, and then the day before you record, you write a song that you really like. And you arrive with no plans to do it, but you end up cutting a song. And so there's a space for one. So I wrote and recorded this essentially the day that we went to record. So it was one take. It's the only take that exists, and it ended up being one of my favorites from the album. So this one's called Fire, and it'll be the last track on the album when it's out. Set on fire, nothing from nothing. Whoa, set it on fire. I should have been listening. Temple to temple. Oh, sullen and mired. But if I could be one thing wholesome and whole, and if I could be one place anchored and soul bound, and be home. Set it on fire, nothing from nothing. Oh, set it on fire. She said it already, ever and only. Oh, little while. Fire.
Beautiful. So nice.
Thank
Thank you, Max. I love that. Yeah, I look forward to hearing that album so I can... Well, it's good of you, like, now that I've heard that song, if I put the album on and I'm just, like, not enjoying it at all, it's like, well, I got to wait until that last track because I know that it's amazing. So devious. That was fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us today. Once again, for folks back home, there's a link to Max's Bandcamp in the video description, so you can go and listen to his stuff if you want and you don't already know about it. Well, you do know about it now, because unless you've tuned in like right at this moment, in which case you're like, what are they talking about?
Like, who's this guy?
Who's this guy? Where am I? What is happening? Yeah, lots of yellow hands clapping for you.
Oh, lovely.
And Jacqueline says that she hopes to see you sometime in Halifax. Jacqueline's in Cole Harbour, I believe. So
Wonderful.
got some
Thank
local
you so much, Tim.
local listeners. It's absolutely my pleasure. Yeah, I hope that we'll be able to see each other before too long. Keep me posted, obviously, when you're coming to Montreal. And, you know, I love Halifax. I spent 11 years there, so I will definitely be back over there.
Wonderful.
But yeah, thank you so much for joining us. Give it up once more, everybody, for Maximilian Flint But yeah, we'll see you soon. I'm going to keep going and play a few more
Thank you,
songs,
Tim.
but we're going to say goodbye to Max now. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you so much.
That's
Always
Max.
good to see you.
Good to see you. That's Max, everybody. So beautiful. Yeah, I think I don't know if Max was like doing stuff when I was back in Halifax. It was a good few years ago that I was living there. So he's kind of new to me, and it's wonderful to get to know a new artist. I'm going to play a few more here. If you stick around, I have a little video collaboration coming up with Mr. Michael Feuerstack, Mr. Michael Bellier, and Miss Eve Parker Finley. So definitely stick around for that. If you've got more requests, put them in the comments. And yeah, I'm going to play Grace for anybody that wants to hear it, and for anyone who doesn't want to hear it. This is from the last record.
So calmly in the face of the wreckage that you rolled. The storm upturned, the copper beach, the couch is still. We tell ourselves that nothing ever changed so much. I see it all, the grace that you hold. You send me out in the cold, oh, to a cold talk, as much as you'd ever hold. Is it enough? There's infinite sin. Don't ever cast a stone before you. All of us are fickle and unmoored. At least you're not all the things you're not. Could there be anything that you would rather hear less? I see it all, the grace that you stole. You send me out in the cold, oh, to a cold talk, as much as you'd ever hold. You send me out, you send me out in the cold. It's not enough.
That's Grace. I'm going to play an REM song because it's been a while since I've done it and I love it. It's in open D. But I was already in a different tuning, so I have to like rack my brain around this. That's a D. I want this to be a D. And that one. 3 Ds. 3D. That's kind of an A now. I want that to be an A. And then that to be an F sharp. Okay, I'm going to play Sweetness Follows by REM because I love it. Again, put your requests in the comments if there's stuff you want to hear. I saw a request for Watch Me Go. I'm having some technical difficulties with my mixer at the moment, so I'm not going to be able to do that one this week, but I'll do it for you next week if I've fixed my mixer. and if I remember. Okay. Sweetness Follows from one of my first favorite albums by R.E.M. It's Dad for Shad, exactly. Instead of Dad Gad.
Father and your mother, what would you think when you lost another? I used to wonder why did we bother? Distance from one line to the other. Listen near my sister and my brother, what would you care if you lost the other? I always wonder why did we bother? Distance from one line to the other. Oh, oh, but sweetness follows. Little things, they can pull you under. Live your life filled with joy and wonder. I always knew this all together. Thunder was lost in our little lives. Oh, oh, sweetness follows. Your life filled with joy and thunder. Yeah, yeah, we were all together, lost in our little lives. Oh, oh, but sweetness follows. Sweetness follows. Max popped up in the chat, so you can speak with him directly if you want to. Maybe I'm going to play another one of mine, another new one, because I was getting complaints last week that I wasn't playing enough new ones, which is a good complaint. It's the best complaint. But where's the capo? Is there a capo in this one? I don't remember. Or is it just open? Yeah, it's just open. This is called Sinners, and then no, I'm gonna do that request that Karina made there for a song by a Japanese artist named Ichiko Aoba called Mahoroboshia. This requires some crickets, I think. Loud crickets.
On the subject of Michael Feuerstack, who's coming up in the collab in a little while, he has an album release show on Bandcamp this Sunday. I put the ticket link in the video description as well. It's going to be beautiful. He put a new record out a few months back, and we've had him on here a few times. We? Who's we? Me, the royal we. Okay. Don't know what's going on with that tuning. So this was for Karina, I think. Mahoro Boshia. Ahoroboshia by Ichiko Aoba. Okay, so I'm going to play, as requested, one more of my own here. It's called Sinners. And then I'm going to do the little collab, and then I'm going to finish with something. Still time to put a request in for what that final thing will be. This one's for Abby. And there's a recorded version of this. So much reverb. There's a recorded version of this on the Bandcamp subscription. If you go to the support link, there is an option to go on the Bandcamp subscription where it's like a monthly subscription. So you don't have to think about donating every week. It just happens magically for you. And there's a new track there every month. And there's a version of this up there. But this is called Sinners, which is about trying to try a little bit harder in life. Is that vague enough for you? Good. Sinners, but you weren't to know it, weren't to know it at all. You suffer from the joy we bathed in, sweetness soured at the core. You sinners, weren't to know it, you weren't to know it at all. You suffer in the joy you bathed in, sweetness soured at the core. Coming in once and checking out twice, we pull through the noise, beginning to recklessly open our arms and stare down the world to pick it apart. And when we go deeper, we die. The sinners that you weren't to know it, you weren't to know it at all. Suffer in the joy that we bathed in, the sweetness right down to the core. Coming in once to back it off twice, we plow through the noise, beginning to recklessly open our hearts, stare down the world to pick it apart. When we get deeper, we die. sinners. Once again, thank you to everyone who's been donating. Again, there is a link in the video description to support, and 50% of the donations go to the guest every week, to Mr. Maximilian Flint. Thank you for all of the lovely words. We equals PBS and Co. Okay, I'll take that. You're a part of that. You're a part of this machine. This paper beat scissors machine. The time has come to do a little video collaboration again. It's been a few weeks since the last one, and this one it's a special one because it's one from the second album. It's a track called Unfazed, but my good friend Wan Yu in Taipei has translated it into Mandarin for us. So it's a Mandarin version of that, and it's called Anjing Liao Xia. And I have the words because I haven't memorized them yet because there's a lot of them. But thank you so much to Wan Yu. Give it up for Wan Yu for putting in all of that work. I've been taking Mandarin lessons with her for about a year, I guess, although I kind of stopped for a bit and I need to get back on the horse. But it's been amazing, and she's been an incredible teacher. And this video collaboration is going to feature Michael Feuerstack on the pedal steel guitar, Michael Bellier on the drums, who've both played a lot and toured a lot with me in the past, and then Eve Parker-Finley. And this is the first time that we've done something together, I guess. She guested on the stream a few months back, and she's playing the violin on this. And yeah, so this is a little exclusive. And it's called Anjing Liao Xia. And my mum should take note of this because that first syllable an is a name, I guess, in China and Taiwan as well, and it means good. So I've put the symbols, the characters, the Chinese characters up in the first little bit. So Mum, if you look at the first character, left to right, that's your name in Mandarin. Okay, this is stressful though. Okay. Let's see if I can make this work. Wish me luck. This might go horribly wrong with disastrous consequences. Oh. Yeah, I need to bring in the old piano cam. Switch over. This one. Okay. That one. That one's Anne. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2.
怎么可能走开？想象黑化，断舍我，梦刚开花，留下无法梦魇的伤口。别醒来下雨了，安静要下，不怪自就快有，切断了紧的绳索，谁迫谁下不说，最后一夜都夺走，别醒来下雨了，安静要下，你追说不睡了，并不根据，直到都熄灭，等待公开的人落，影响瞬间心意，水深几百。下雨了， Je suis Joe Fung Fu. Ton kubo waits inside.
There we go. Enjing Liao Xia. Thank you so much to Wen Yu again for your beautiful, beautiful work on that. Yeah, give it up for Wen Yu. She did an amazing job. I'm so happy. I'm going to do one more here. Any final requests before it's too late? We do have some more guests coming up in the next little while as well. No details just yet. It's clearly cricket time for this. Yeah, Donna. Thank you, Donna. Donna is Eve's mum. Okay. So, yeah, I usually keep things pretty light on here. When I started it, I think there was always a sense of like, I wanted it to be a place where, where we just, like things were heavy and it's good to have like a little space outside of the heaviness. And but every now and then things happen and things are in the news and it's just a little bit too much. And I feel like I have to say something about them. For those in Canada, I'm sure, or, they all know about the news from Kamloops on the West Coast, around and for I don't need to tell anybody in Canada about that stuff, but for those outside of Canada, it's worthwhile knowing about the history here around residential schools where Indigenous children were taken from their parents and put into these schools, these boarding schools, and basically with an attempt to just remove their culture from them, to stop them speaking the languages, stop them practicing their cultural practices, be separated from their parents. There was a tremendous amount of abuse in these schools. It's really, really heavy, dark stuff, and there was some news around that this week that was very hard to take. But all I wanted to say around that is that I just feel like it's important that myself as a settler here and all other settler Canadians, people, people who've, however recently they've come here, within the last few hundred years, to kind of be be on top of that, and to, you know, we can always do more. We can always do better with this stuff. And so I just encourage everybody to look more into this stuff. I've put a couple of resources on the video description. One that I've shared here before, which is native-land.ca, where you can basically, if you're in Canada, you can find out about the people whose land you're living on, and you know, you connect to the history of where you're from, the history and the present of where you're from, and understand that more deeply. There's also a link to the recommendations from the Truth and Reconciliation Commission that was convened a few years ago and put out their final report in 2015, and there were 94 recommendations that they made, and I think it's been 6 years, and I think there's only about 10 that have been implemented, and more needs to be done in that regard. And so yeah, like we've got to hold our politicians accountable and make the changes that we need. We can't do anything about the past, but we need to do more for now and for the future. So yeah, that's that for now. And then an awkward transition back into playing music somehow. I'm gonna play Folds as the last song. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for caring. And yeah, I'll be back next week. I don't know how to get out of that thing now, out of that headspace now. But yes, we can all do better, and we must do better. This is Folds.
Climb on this fleshy frame, hands and feet at feast, stretching up above me. This man-made shoulder wide, light as broken sides. Cushioning my back, the signs that came to greet me. They're fallen, ranked and filed, away with all the wherewithal. And when you touch the sun, what it's for, the heat pulling sweat from your pores. It's in their eyes and shoulders, cushioning your lives in folders. Yes, even if you pushed it forward, still winds, a shineless night, weightless in the folds of wings and silent feathers. But still we'll push over land, as breathless as the day we came. Touch the sun, remember
That's Folds to finish up with. Thank you so much to everybody for tuning in. Yeah, I'll put the tour dates up after this, and yeah, I'll see you next week, I hope. Thank you for listening. I'll see you in the future.